Welcome to GI Reviews. I am the Ruckus, and what we've got going on today, courtesy of G.I. Joe Classified Series and the Iron Grenadiers, representing Cobra, we have MetalHead. The MetalHead Deluxe set. You see it right there. Definitely deluxe packaging. New style packaging, by the way, with the window. And you see the figure and all of the accessories going in. MetalHead is something else. From what I understand, I'm not really up on him, but he's supposed to be kind of Looney Tunes. You know what I'm saying? So this should be good. Looking at the side of the packaging, you see that this is number 118. You got a silhouetted picture of MetalHead. We've got icons representing his capabilities, a useless, up to this point, GR code. On the other side, we see that this is number 118 in the line, and we've got a nice, that same kind of silhouetted, or I should say blue and black picture that we saw on the other side, full color version on this side of MetalHead with, looking kind of crazy, gritting his teeth and bearing a knife. And then on the rear, we have that lovely toy photography that I'm glad Classified Series has retained. You see it looks real good. You see there's explosions behind our boy. And then we've got a couple thumbnails to our right showing an emblem on his left shoulder and some digital equipment somewhere on his body, which we'll locate when we get him opened up. And then, of course, below the picture, it says Cobra MetalHead, and look off to the left, we have the icons for his abilities again, as well as that 118 up there at the top. Now that we've got MetalHead out of packaging, you get to see a roundabout view of the figure, and I'm thinking, just at first glance, I'd have to check, but I'm kind of thinking that this is, I think he's all new in terms of his sculpt. I could be wrong. If anybody recognizes any parts, any body parts at all, let me know in the comments below. But it looks like it's an all new sculpt. Not 100% positive, especially since he's got that vest covering up his torso. It's a good looking vest, I will say that. But you see what we got there. He's got the that head sculpt, that face print. He's got a looks like it's a tattoo under his left eye. We'll see that when we get him close up. But he's looking good front and back. You see some nodules coming off of his thighs. He's got a couple of thigh guards there with some nodules there. That's going to be where we affix his main battery, his main weapons battery. Going through the accessories, we'll start off with his headgear. Look at this helmet here. Looks pretty nice. Very nice. The reds on the guards that protect the sides of his face. Then you got the yellow eyes, the spikes. That's looking pretty slick there. We'll see what it looks like on person when we get to it. On the back, turn it to the back, we've got some nice silver there with the ridges and everything. We've got at the top, it almost looks like it's a buzzsaw coming out through the top there. That's pretty cool right there. It just lends to the mystique of MetalHead being not all there. And next up, we've got an additional hairpiece, as you can see right there. Hasbro has saw fit to give us the hairpiece and have his visor connected to it. We'll check later to see if this hair looks exactly the same. I think it is. The only difference is the goggles that are attached to it. And speaking of those goggles, that visor molded in red, and you see what the lenses look like. It's a readout of some kind. In terms of weapons, MetalHead has this blade molded in black, and the blade itself is painted in silver. Weapons, he's got this little ditty. You know what I'm going to start doing, guys, and I need you guys to help me. Any of you weapons aficionados, put them in the comments, right? And I'm going to start a list and associate them with the weapon in question. And I'll have to go to school and study, because sometimes I feel like I'm robbing you guys by not saying what they are. I don't assume that you guys know. Anybody that's been rocking with me knows that I am very transparent and say that I'm not up on the weapons. But I would like to be, especially if it helps others, because somebody at some point is going to ask, what is that, whatever that would be. But you see what we got going on here. Magazine detaches, looks good. It's molded in black, and you see you got the red paint there. And then the last weapon that he carries is this little ditty right here. And once again, the same thing. It's got a grenade launcher, pretty cool. Got the same red as far as the body of the weapon. The magazine is also detachable. It's pretty cool. Having the detachable magazines is great for when you can pose them, your figures, showing them reloading and something like that. And I think that that's just great. I really do. Next up, we have these little things right here, which connect up to those nodules that are on the thighs, as you can see, front and back. There's the ports where they fit in those nodules, and you got the silver paint there with the ridges in it. So we'll get that installed. And then, of course, I'll probably have to zoom out for this to get it all in as best I can. You see what we're going on here, and looks pretty good. Yeah, let me zoom out a little bit more, just so you guys can see the whole thing. And here we have it, the upper portions of it, and these are modular. They're articulated, so you see what we got going on there. Gotta love that. They rotate there because they're on a ball joint, and then you see how they're hinged there. Pretty nice. And then you've got these connections here. These are detachable, as you can see. And yeah, other than that, no paint. But there is detail in there, as you can see. Pretty nice. And then there's this is cool. We've got the peg, right, to affix it to MetalHead's back. But Hasbro did see fit to detail the interior, even though we'll never see it. But you got to appreciate that, right? So, yep, pretty nice right there. In terms of when he has that equipped and he's doing his crazy thing, we have missiles, and we also have the expelling flames. They detach. Just stick them in like that, and we get different sizes, as you can see right there. We get this is the largest size. Then they go down a little bit, so we get that. Gotta love it. We got different sizes. I love that. And then they get a little bit smaller, and all of them detach from their expulsions there. So pretty cool. The expulsions got a red end, and if I'm not mistaken, these, let me set this down real quick and grab one of the weapons in question. I believe they fit. Something fits. Got to find one that does. I'm probably putting it in the wrong side. There we go. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking, but yeah, and you see how that works there. That's pretty nice. So yeah, this is going to look good when we get MetalHead fully loaded out. And now for the star of the show, MetalHead himself. And the first thing we will do is take a look at the head sculpt. And the first thing I'm going to address is what I assumed in the beginning appears to be exactly that. He's got a teardrop tattooed under the left eye there. And yeah, he looks like he's not all there. I will say that. I will say that. looks pretty nice there. The look, got the goatee going on, and right there at the he's got that neck kind of like guard or harness, and it's basically red, and it's got some writing on there, which I'm trying to see what it's got on there. Is that it's something to anybody can make that out? I think it has something to do with Destro or something like that. It doesn't read Destro, but I think it has something it's affiliated with. I could be wrong once again. I'm not too up on MetalHead. You guys that are, let me know what's going on in the comments below. You got some design things going on up here. Some paint. It's kind of like a little silver going on. Pretty nice. You've got this over here. The vest. This vest really does look nice. He's got the 3 pouches. Let me lift up his arm. Swing back his arm, and you see that texture going on right there. And you've got the sheath for that knife. More of that texture. There's the logo on that left arm, as you guys can see right there. There's the Destro that I'm looking for. I knew there was something. I knew I heard or read somewhere that he was really down with Destro. And this is like I think Cobra was splintering up or something like that. Once again, in the comments, let me know. Those of you that are really up on G.I. Joe lore, help a brother out. And then you got the arms there. Looking at the back, looking at the rear. Let me put his. And this was what was in one of those thumbnails. It was the rear, and I see that these nodules are there. They're going to go into the ports that are on that harness that he comes with. We got some nice paint there, and look what's going on down at the spine. I'm loving it for real. He's got the thigh guards. Those nodules, knee guards, the boots with the red laces. So pretty nice right there, and yeah, that is how our MetalHead looks head to toe. And I'm pretty ready to get him loaded out. What about you cats? I'm going to come at my reviews a little bit different from this point going forward, at least for a minute, and see how it's received. I'm not going to worry too much about articulation. Basically, all of these figures have the same articulation. If we ever get into a situation where a figure comes out and there's something new, I will definitely go over the articulation with that. In lieu of that, what we're going to do is have our transformative scene, and that is showing the figure as it came out of packaging, and then we're going to just play the snap of the fingers game and have him magically appear fully loaded, as you can see right here. And I was right the first time, guys. It is the darker side of the blasters that the missiles fire from. So I'm happy about that happened. So, but I digress. We're going to snap our fingers again and have MetalHead blazing his visor, his goggles right there. Here he is a little bit closer up so you can get a better look at those goggles. Give you some profile there. And also bring this in. I'm happy to report that, yeah, it's the same hairdo with both sets of hair. And now that I've zoomed back out, we're going to snap our fingers one final time and show him with his helmet on. Keep in mind, you're going to have to remove whichever hairpiece, I was about to say headpiece, whichever toupee, whichever hairpiece that you've got on the figure, you're going to have to remove that in order to apply that the helmet there. And here he is close up with that helmet on. Helmet looks pretty nice on him. Pretty good. and it fits nice and snug, so you don't have to worry about it falling off or anything like that. Here he is from the rear, so you can see what it looks like where you plug in the conduit, the cords. I'll turn in profile so you can catch that as well. Well, he wants to go over. I guess I'll be holding him up for the duration. But yeah, you see how that all goes in together. You've got a couple peg holes, portholes down there in between the silver parts of the blasters down there. I told you guys earlier that these blasters up here were articulated the arms, but I only showed you up and down. They also rotate, so just so you guys get an idea about that, that's pretty cool. So you know they go up and down, but they also rotate. And I mean, they rotate far. He can actually fire literally behind him. So, oh yeah, this guy is a one-man strike team for sure. And as far as putting the blast effects in, I believe that, let's see if I get him to stand while I mess around here for a hot minute. There we go. I'm going to remove this. These are the larger blasters, and I'm going to see if they fit in the port by themselves. I don't think they can. They don't. But as far as the effect goes, I don't know. The effects just don't want to fit in. I don't get it, personally. And I know that these down here below have got to be smaller, either the same size or smaller. Oh no, they actually fit, as you can see right there. That's crazy. So you get those in, and that's how that's going to look. That's yeah, that's pretty wild. I like that though. So let's get him, let's get it going on fully, shall we? I'll put this other large one on the other side, but put it down below so that there's some contrast. And then we'll go with the medium one, put that up top, and I'll put this medium one down below on his left leg. Get that pushed in. You see what that's looking like. And then we'll rock the top with these smaller ones. They gotta fit, and they do. And here's another one. I'm sure they all fit no matter what, and I'm just being timid because I don't want to mess up too much on screen, not to mention take too much time trying to force the issue. But let's see if I can get these into some kind of nice looking pose right there. Get his weapon out a little bit. And yeah, that's looking pretty nice there. Put his arm back a little bit so it doesn't look totally stiff. Of course, if I was doing this off camera, I'd get him into a much better pose. But this is just so you guys can see what's going on there. Get him a little bit turned profile, looking at the camera a little bit. And there you have it. There's our MetalHead. He's looking pretty good. What do you guys think? I figured we would, instead of just doing like comparisons and all that, just take a couple figs and make a scene. So that's what you got here. We've got Grunt Graves and a Grunt infantry soldier under siege by MetalHead. He just went ham on them, as you can see. Anyway, I'm going to let this be our exit cue in terms of this review of the Hasbro G.I. Joe Classified Series number 118. MetalHead representing Cobra. The Grenadiers is what we're talking about there. And very nice figure. Got some nice accessories. I'm loving it. The sky's the limit there. This guy is purported to be little Looney Tunes, and he's definitely the wrong cat or the right one, depending on which side of the fence you sit on. If you're down with Cobra, you think he's the right one for sure. I guarantee you, my nameless cat and Grunt don't think he's the right one, and they're going to have to do something about that. But yeah, looking pretty good there. I'm loving the figure. Decent amount of accessories for sure. Got two different hairdos. Well, they're the same hairdo. Got two different sculpts. One of the hairdo sculpts has got the visor that you could apply, and then of course you got the helmet, which you see MetalHead sporting right now. So you have a whole bunch of possibilities when it comes to posing this guy / displaying. And so, yeah, have at it. Let me know down below. Have at that, too, in the comments. What do you think about MetalHead? You got one? You're going to get one? How are you going to act when it comes to that? Let me know what else is on your mind regarding the channel and everything else. Like I said, I've begun. I'm going to suspend the articulation for a minute and see how that's received, because in my estimation, it's a been there, done that, really, unless we get some new type of articulation that you guys need to be made aware of. I'll, of course, address that if and when that happens. Until then, I'm going to try this new little format that we launched today. Let me know what you think about that below as well. Give a thumbs up to the video if you'd be so inclined. Share the video also if you'd be so inclined. Subscribe if you haven't done so by now. Please support. And if you want to be notified when I upload another video, hey, there's a bell down there for you to do that as well. So yeah, hit that up, and then you'll know when I'm up and running. So speaking of up and running, I think Grunt and the infantry soldier, they need to get up and run themselves, because MetalHead, he ain't joking around. And yeah, I'm going to get out of here before one of those missiles hits me. So until next time, guys, thanks a lot for rocking with me. Take care.